Taurus, you've always known you were different, haven't you? Since childhood, while others chased constant change and endless novelty, you found deep peace in the simple things. While others were lost in 1,000 different directions, you've always had this mysterious ability to delve deeply into a single thing and extract from it treasures no one else could see. And because of this, because of your unique and extraordinary nature, you've heard 1,000 times that you're stubborn, slow, resistant to change. But I'm here today to tell you a truth that will completely change the way you see yourself. Taurus isn't normal, and that's not a flaw. It's your greatest gift to this world. Your characteristics don't just make you unique, they make you essential. While the world spins at a desperate speed, losing connection with what truly matters, you carry within you an ancient wisdom that humanity is desperately trying to recover. You're not slow, you're profound. You're not stubborn. You have convictions that have stood the test of time in your soul. You don't resist change. You simply don't accept empty changes that don't add real value to your existence. And this ability to discern between what's worthwhile and what's just mental noise is something very few people on this planet possess. While others lose themselves in superficial relationships that last weeks, you build connections that last decades. While others change their minds according to the direction of the social wind, you maintain your unwavering values, even when it costs you popularity. While others consume experiences like fast food, you savor every moment, every sensation, every detail of life in a way that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. Taurus, your relationship with the physical world borders on the mystical. You don't just touch things, you feel them on levels others don't even know exist. When you hug someone, it's not just physical contact, it's a profound, energetic exchange. When you eat, it's not just nourishment, it's a sacred ceremony where you honor every flavor, every texture. When you listen to music, it's not just sound, it's a multi-sensory experience that resonates in every cell of your body. This heightened sensory capacity you possess is no coincidence. It's your natural way of connecting with the true essence of things. While others live on the surface of existence, you have direct access to the deeper layers of reality. That's why you can sense when someone is lying, even when you can't explain how you know. That's why you can detect the true quality of a person, place, or situation just by being present there for a few minutes. But this extraordinary sensitivity also comes at a price. You feel everything more intensely: pain, joy, disappointment, love. It all touches you more deeply than it does other people. And because of this, you've developed natural protective mechanisms that others interpret as slowness or resistance. You don't open up easily because you know that when you open up completely. You don't trust quickly because you know that when you trust with your whole soul. This natural caution you have isn't fear, it's wisdom. You've learned through intense experiences that your heart and energy are too precious to be wasted on people and situations that can't honor the depth of what you offer. That's why you carefully choose where you invest your time, your attention, your love. And when you choose to invest, you do so fully and authentically that it transforms everything around you. People often don't understand why you can't just get over certain things quickly, why you need time to process change, loss, disappointment. They don't understand that your internal process is like the growth of a tree, slow but deep and lasting. While others deal with situations on the mental surface, you process them on visceral, emotional, and spiritual levels. And that's why your transformations are so profound and lasting. Have you ever noticed how people turn to you when they need stability? How they naturally feel safe in your presence? This is because you radiate an energy of solidity and reliability that is rare in this world. Your mere presence calms other people's inner storms. You are like a mountain amidst chaos, imperturbable, solid, offering refuge to those lost in the instability of modern life. But this role of being a safe haven for others can also be exhausting. especially when people become so accustomed to your stability that they begin to take it for granted, when they expect you to always be there, always strong, always available, without recognizing the effort and energy this demands from you. And when you express your own needs or limits, some may react as if you're being selfish because they've become accustomed to seeing you only as their security provider. Taurus, your relationship with time is completely different from most people's. While others live trapped in anxiety about the future or regrets about the past, you have a natural ability to fully inhabit the present. You're not just in the present moment, you are the present moment. And this quality of presence is something people immediately sense when they're around you, even if they can't quite explain what it is. This natural connection with the here and now allows you to experience life in a much richer and more intense way than most. When you're happy, you're completely immersed in it. When you're sad, you feel it in all its nuances and depth. You don't run away from your feelings, you experience them fully, honor them, and transform them through your conscious presence. That's why your joys are so contagious and your pains so visceral. You have no emotional middle ground. You feel everything in high definition, in vivid colors, in 3 dimensions. And this emotional intensity, while sometimes challenging for you, is also what allows you to create such deep connections with other people and experiences. Your ability to create beauty is another characteristic that makes you absolutely unique. You don't just appreciate beauty, you naturally manifest it in everything you touch. Your home, the way you dress, the food you prepare, the gifts you choose, everything carries a distinctive aesthetic signature that reflects your soul. You have a natural eye for harmonies of color, texture, form, and sound. It's as if you are a channel through which the beauty of the universe expresses itself in the physical world. And this isn't a superficial or decorative skill. Your creation of beauty is a form of healing, both for yourself and for others. When you organize a space, prepare a special meal, or simply choose clothes that make you feel good, you are performing an act of practical magic. You are raising the vibration of the environment and of everyone who comes into contact with your creation. Take a moment now and answer me honestly. Have you ever felt misunderstood for being too slow for this fast-paced world? Have you ever been told you're stubborn when in reality you just have deep convictions? Have you ever felt judged for needing time to process change while others expect you to adapt instantly? If you've ever experienced this silent pain of being seen as different when in fact you're deeply sensitive and wise, write in the comments, "I am unique and that is my power." Your courage to acknowledge yourself will help other Tauruses realize they're not alone in this experience. Sometimes we need to hear from someone who understands our nature to remind us that our difference is our gift to the world, not our flaw. Right now, because your voice matters, and your experience may be exactly what another Taurus needs to read today. Your convictions are another aspect of your nature that is often misunderstood. When you believe in something, when you feel something is true in your heart, no external force can move you from that position. Not because you are inflexible, but because you only embrace truths that have passed the rigorous test of your deepest intuition. You don't change your mind easily because your opinions are not superficial. They are conclusions that emerged from a deep internal process of contemplation and discernment. This firmness of conviction can bother people who are accustomed to easily influencing others. It can frustrate those who expect you to adapt to their needs and expectations. But this inviolability of yours is precisely what makes people trust you so deeply. They know that when you say something, when you commit to something, when you demonstrate love or loyalty, it is genuine and lasting. Taurus, your relationship with materiality is also deeply spiritual, even if others don't recognize it. You're not materialistic in the superficial sense. You're someone who understands that the physical world is an extension of the spiritual. Therefore, you treat objects, environments, and possessions with a respect and care that may seem excessive to others. but which actually reflect your intuitive understanding of the sacredness of all that exists. When you invest in quality, when you take good care of your belongings, when you create a beautiful and harmonious environment, you are practicing a form of spirituality that honors the physical manifestation of divinity. You understand that caring for the material world is caring for an extension of the divine, and so you cannot be negligent or careless with things. That would violate something fundamental in your nature. Your generosity is another trait that makes you extraordinary. When you love, when you care, you express it through concrete, tangible actions. You don't just talk about love, you materialize it through gestures, care, gifts, and time invested. Your way of showing affection always involves some physical or sensory element. A meal prepared with love, a hug that lasts just enough time, a gift chosen with personal care. And this embodiment of love is something that touches people deeply, because they feel that you're not just expressing an abstract feeling, you're offering a concrete part of yourself. Your every gesture carries weight, substance, and reality. That's why people remember your care for years, sometimes decades, because you don't just offer words or intentions, you offer real, memorable experiences. Your patience is legendary, but few understand where it truly comes from. It's not passivity or resignation. It's a deep understanding of the natural rhythms of life. You instinctively know that everything has its right time, that forcing natural processes rarely results in anything lasting or true. That's why you can wait, can allow things to unfold at their own pace. This natural patience makes you an extraordinary observer of human nature. While others rush to judge or react, you observe, absorb, and understand. You see patterns that others miss because they're always rushing. You perceive nuances in personalities and situations that go unnoticed by more accelerated minds. But your patience also has limits, and when those limits are exceeded, your reaction can surprise those accustomed to seeing only your usual kindness. You don't explode easily, but when you do, it's like a volcano that has been building pressure for a long time. And the intensity of your anger, when it finally manifests, reflects the same depth with which you experience all your other feelings. Taurus, your loyalty borders on the sacred. When you choose someone to love, trust, and commit to, that choice is for life. You don't have casual or superficial relationships. Even your most casual friendships carry an element of commitment and genuine care. That's why you have few relationships, but they are deep, lasting, and transformative. This deep loyalty can be mistaken for dependence or possessiveness by those who don't understand its nature. But in truth, it comes from an extraordinary ability to see and value the unique essence of each person you love. You don't cling to people, you honor them. You see them in their entirety, appreciate their complexity, celebrate their individuality. And because of this, you can offer a kind of love that is rare and precious. Your connection with nature is another aspect that profoundly sets you apart from others. You don't just enjoy natural environments, you need them for your spiritual and emotional health. Nature isn't a hobby for you, it's a vital necessity. It's where you reconnect with your essence, where you find peace, where you remember who you truly are beyond the demands and expectations of the social world. When you're in nature, something deep inside you relaxes. It's as if you can finally breathe fully, as if you can release tensions you didn't even know you were carrying. The earth recognizes you, and you recognize it in return. There's a silent but real communication between you and the natural world that others may not perceive, but which is fundamental to your well-being. This natural connection also manifests in your relationship with animals. They trust you instinctively because they sense your stable, loving energy. You have a natural ability to communicate with beings that doesn't use words, an ability to understand needs and emotions through non-verbal channels that is almost telepathic. Taurus, your way of processing information is also unique. While others absorb data quickly and superficially, you chew each piece of information like a fine wine. You savor it, examine it from every angle, and integrate it fully into your understanding before drawing conclusions. That's why your opinions are well-founded and your decisions sound. This slower internal process can frustrate people who expect immediate answers from you. But when you finally reach a conclusion, it has a quality of permanence and wisdom that hasty conclusions never have. You'd rather be right once than be wrong several times quickly. Your creativity manifests primarily through sensory channels. You don't create solely with your mind, you create with your hands, your body, and all your senses. That's why your creations have a tangible, engaging quality that touches people viscerally. Whether cooking, decorating, crafting, or any other creative activity, you impart a unique sensory signature that no one can replicate. Your relationship with money and resources also reflects your unique nature. You don't want money for the status or power it can bring. You want it for the security and freedom it offers. You instinctively understand that material resources, when managed well, can provide a solid foundation for a life rich in experiences and meaningful relationships. That's why you tend to be careful with your spending, preferring to invest in quality things that will last a long time rather than buying a lot of cheap disposable items. You understand that true savings come from making smart choices, not from being stingy. And when you spend, you do so consciously and enjoyably, extracting maximum satisfaction from each investment. Taurus, one of your most extraordinary characteristics, is your ability to transform ordinary experiences into special moments. A simple meal becomes a celebration when you prepare it. A casual conversation becomes a profound exchange when you're present. Any environment becomes welcoming when you inhabit it with your energy. This happens because you possess a magical quality of full presence. You're not just physically present, you're energetically present. Your attention is complete, your intention is pure, your energy is stable, and people sense this even if they can't explain it. This ability to elevate the ordinary to the special is one of your greatest gifts to the world. In an age where people are constantly distracted, always chasing the next stimulus, your ability to find depth and beauty in the present moment is revolutionary. You teach through your example that happiness lies not in accumulating extraordinary experiences, but in experiencing ordinary things extraordinarily. Your struggles are also unique and profound. Your sensitivity can become a vulnerability when you find yourself in very chaotic environments or with very unstable people. You absorb the energies around you intensely, and therefore negative environments can affect you disproportionately. Your need for stability can be interpreted as resistance to change, but it actually reflects your understanding that true change requires a solid foundation to be lasting. You don't reject change, you reject superficial changes that don't add real value to your life. Your emotional intensity, while a source of experiential richness, can also be exhausting. You feel everything so deeply that you sometimes require periods of solitude and silence to process and integrate your emotional experiences. Taurus, we've reached the point where I need to tell you something no one has ever told you before. Your characteristics don't just make you unique, they make you necessary. This fast-paced, superficial world, disconnected from sensory reality, desperately needs your energy. It needs your ability to create beauty, your wisdom about natural rhythms, your ability to transform ordinary moments into sacred experiences. You are not an anomaly in this world. You are an antidote to empty haste, to superficiality, to disconnection from what truly matters. Your way of being offers a viable alternative to a way of life that is sickening humanity. When you fully embrace your Taurus nature, when you stop trying to adapt to the modern world's expectations of speed and superficiality, you become a beacon for others who also feel out of place in this fast-paced world. You show that there is another way to live, a wiser, healthier way, more connected to the essence of life. Your characteristics don't need to be corrected or modified. They need to be honored and expressed fully. The world doesn't need another fast-paced, superficial person. The world needs precisely your depth, your stability, your ability to find the sacred in everyday life. Share in the comments which characteristic of yours you finally understood as a unique gift, not a flaw. Your courage to accept yourself may inspire other Tauruses to do the same. Subscribe to the channel because your unique nature deserves to be explored, celebrated, and understood in all its depth. Turn on notifications so you don't miss content that will help you fully embrace who you are without excuses or forced adaptations. Taurus is not normal, and that's exactly what makes you extraordinary. Your unique characteristics are not accidents of nature. They are gifts carefully chosen for this specific moment in human history. The world needs your sensory wisdom, your emotional stability, your ability to create beauty and meaning. You are unique because you are needed. Stop trying to be normal. Start being magnificently, authentically, proudly you.